Good morning. Well, as you know, I like to save things if I can and recycle, and I'm also cheap, so those two things work together. I'm here at my in-laws' house, and they had a glorious barn. I'll show that to you real quick. That had some trouble with the windstorm, and we're going to see what we can recycle from that. Okay, as you can see, the roof got blown off and the whole thing has fallen down. Okay, so here's in the back part of the barn, and you can see where the timbers have fallen away. These are solid oak, and I've recycled a number of those to make my pergola and saved for some other projects. But the barn siding is also in pretty good shape. Okay, so here's some of the boards I have recycled, and this is the white pine. You'll see that I'm going to have to, as I pull these out, I'm going to have to trim the boards down to where they split. I'm going to also have to trim some of the edges because there's been some rot. I'll remove the nails, and then I'll bring those home to use for the side of my shed. This is the batten, and this stuff is amazingly springy. This makes me think that it's redwood, although I'm not exactly sure. It's just really tough stuff. So we'll cut this to length too, so we have enough for covering the side of my barn. I've done some measuring. We're going to be here till we get 40 boards, about 8 to 10 feet long, and that's going to be our challenge today. Okay, so the tools for the trade today. First, we're going to have our prying tools. We'll use these tools to pry the wood off the side of the barn, and we'll use these tools to take out the nails, and these tools to kind of scrape things. We'll need to measure, of course. Here's a little bit of tool for listening to get us to the boredom of the day. When we get stuff, we're going to cut them to length, and that's where we're going to use the saw and the marking stuff. And of course, there's my collapsible ladder, which has helped me out in many a project. So the first thing we're going to do is take the lumber we've already gotten and cut that to length. So let's just start with this piece of wood right here. And Madeline, come on and get a close look at this. There's beautiful character in this worn wood, and there's still plenty of life left in it. We just have to make sure that we take the stuff that's usable. See this crack that goes down the board? We're going to have to remove probably that much of it. And then the rest of it, we're going to look for things like nails. To find nails, we'll have to take a nippers and pull them out. Sometimes it's easier to pull it all the way through, but that one's pretty loose in there. We're going to measure out the length of the project. Now, it's really important when you're trying to harvest and recycle lumber to know what length to use. I'm limited by a couple of things. First, I have a shop that isn't super big, so I can't mill large lengths of lumber. Second, I got a pickup truck with a bed that's not that long, and I got to go about 4 hours to bring this back home. But helping me out on that is the realization that much of the lumber I'm going to use for the side of my shed only has to be 90 inches long. So what I'm going to do is right now get about 21 boards that are 91 to 93 inches long and start with those. And then this is not my final cut, so I don't have to be real careful about this. It's very helpful for me to know that the length of the pickup to about this mark right here is 91 inches, which is about the length I need for the side of my shed. So that'll help me speed up the process of measuring. All right. Now, This board here is still good. So now I need to collect quite a few boards to, at the gable end of my shed, I have the peak that goes 18 feet off the ground. So I'm obviously going to have to put a number of boards together. And, you know, I'm kind of short of wood to recycle, so I'm keeping every other board that's at least 3 or 4 feet long. I'll set those over there. So our project today is to get 21 boards this long and about 1.5 times that amount of linear board feet for my gable end, and we'll see how far I get today.